Adult men can't stop punching each other in retail stores, all for one reason: Pokemon cards. If you're unaware, Pokemon cards have become extremely valuable in recent years. Financial analysts have concluded it's actually better to invest in Pokemon cards than a 401k. In order to collect the full value of a 401k, you need someone to die, which explains why these guys are choking each other out in a Target.
For real? Are you
Now, it's been well over a decade since millennial men have had this much opportunity to get their hands on box. Fighting over box is a millennial tradition that goes all the way back to post 9/11 Black Friday sales, which personally makes me a little nostalgic. I haven't seen this type of retail violence since 2014. In fact, I can't help that I feel a mild holiday spirit when I see two people manually removing each other's brain cells in front of a retail display. When it comes to Pokemon, there's a lot of havoc being caused by men with receding hairlines, and it's drawn one specific criticism. This is a kid's game, bro. And while I understand that sentiment, you can't say Pokemon is still a kid's game. As of today, Pokemon has recruited close to $3 billion in value. That amount of money has led to the creation of a massive sub-economy that lives inside our modern world. Fathers are taking their entire cash savings and vesting it in Pokemon cards. In a previous time, you may have inherited a Harley-Davidson motorcycle or some wartime heirloom that was really important to your family. Now, you will inherit one of two things: either a holographic Gengar or an OnlyFans account. Imagine getting the will from your grandmother and she provides you the password to her OnlyFans account with just a cute little message attached to it.
Now you may carry on the family tradition of flicking the family's golden box for the masses. God bless you, dear. I love you.
There are plenty of golden boxes spread out throughout this Pokemon sub-economy, and I wanted to learn more about it, so I personally went and met with different characters who live inside this world. A scalper,
I'm fucking savage, bro.
a vendor, a private Discord manager, an investor. I wanted to get a raw look at how people live within this Pokemon economy. Pokemon cards have experienced a seemingly infinite growth over the last few years. Their value just keeps going up and up and up and up. But it can't go on forever. Who will buy these cards at these insane prices? And at what point do people flush these cards from their possession to avoid being left holding the bag? If you're new here, I want to welcome you to my show, The Company Lot. Pokemon's recent history is checkered with bad actors like online scammers and Logan Paul. Logan Paul is to trading cards what BlackRock is to real estate, buying up property faster than the average person can, artificially affecting the price, and then fucking everyone over. While it would be fun to blame Logan Paul for the sudden explosion in Pokemon card prices, it's a little bit more complex than that. He's not the only reason that Pokemon cards have exploded in value. The value of Pokemon cards seems to be set by one thing: eBay. That's all these guys are ever checking. And that brings up a bit of a conspiracy. How many of these sellers are maybe colluding? How many sellers are buying out a certain type of card, creating false rarity, and then selling the card for a higher price? You can't know for every single card, but I think you'd be safe to bet that someone is doing that. Regardless, there are many people that buy these cards that genuinely see themselves as an investor. Traditionally, in the finance world, the term alternative assets is used for things like real estate, hedge funds, private equity, and now in that list is a base set Charizard. Online, I've seen plenty of dudes pose next to their unopened Pokemon boxes, the same way police pose next to confiscated drugs. And I was fortunate to make a Pokemon investor the first victim in my journalism job. He creates display cases for Pokemon booster boxes. These acrylic boxes play like a cryogenic prison for these cartoons to live in. And hopefully, one day they'll recruit enough value to finally be released. I wanted to start by meeting with someone who has a very optimistic outlook on Pokemon cards so I could get the full spectrum of experience.
Products have outperformed 401ks, stock market, even crypto. So I know collectors that are very rich,
Yeah.
around $500,000 to $1 million collections I've seen.
Right. And do they just have them all displayed out like supercars?
All displayed like a museum, and it's awesome.
Nice.
I made a case for a client the other day, and that case was the product was about $100,000.
Tell me a little bit about the types of people that are buying from you. And what do they look like?
They're collectors, and they're people
Is that like a derogatory term or?
No.
Okay.
They're collectors, they're investors. There's people that are passionate about their collection and how they want to display it in their home. I mean, the acrylic cases look beautiful. Like when you put your sealed product in it, people are, placing it in their rooms, their dens, and they're happy about it.
Do you find it weird that we kind of buy back into our childhood?
I don't think it's weird. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think it's healthy that we
do?
buy back into our childhood.
Interesting.
I think we all find ways to actually buy back into our childhood.
Explain.
As we get older, some of the best times in life is our childhood, what we remember, what we grew up on. So, we're just bringing that piece back to the future, displaying it in our homes, sharing it with our kids.
It is cool when your memory is worth $10,000 and
Yeah.
you can like show it to people.
Absolutely. And it kind of makes you feel a little bit smart, right? Buying something and it's for $1,000 ends up being $7,000 5 years later. So
I personally love that feeling.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a great feeling.
Yeah, I love letting people know, hey, I did something that you didn't think to do.
Exactly. Like, I love Charizard. Charizard made me money. There's nothing better than that.
How much is this worth?
And I bought this 2 years ago for $60. Pre-ordered this.
box?
This box, yes. And now it's around almost reaching $600. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, some kids that get punched out for that box.
Oh yeah, they'll get choke slammed.
Thoroughly. Yeah.
By the grownest men,
You're smart. You don't have to be boots on the ground. You built something that the art goes into.
Exactly.
So you don't have to fight anyone at a Target or anything like that.
Yeah, absolutely not. I think that's totally lame. Standing in front of vending machines and the stores.
Yeah.
I think that's just too much. I buy second market now personally, so
What does that mean, second market?
this is the inflated price. I don't buy at MSRP. I just buy from eBay or vendors at the card shows.
So you do pay the markup.
I pay the markup.
How do you feel about that?
It's okay. It's a need for me because I have to do product photos. So I just have to pay it, and it's the way it is. They hold their value pretty well, so it doesn't feel too bad. You can always resell it.
Millennials can't buy a house, but they can buy Pokemon cards. Do you feel like this is the alternative for millennials?
Absolutely. It's an alternative asset. It's easier to go and buy these things than to go buy a house. Probably easier to sell these things than go sell your house as well.
Right.
And you have access to this, and it's just another way for millennials to invest. And they gotta be careful too. There's been a lot of break-ins in people's homes. There was a content creator, she had, I think, 100 of these in her home.
Wow.
And that was her main gig, was creating content around that. It looked amazing, it was an amazing collection, and she got robbed. And she completely stopped.
Wow.
Like, content done, everything's done, so you do gotta be careful.
Well, yeah, I mean, 100 of these, that would be worth...
Depending on the product, it could be over $500,000, so.
Imagine getting your whole house stolen because you posted about it.
Exactly, that sucks.
Those French guys, if you're looking to make another hit, I bet a Pokemon collector's house is easier than the loot. Now, his experience with Pokemon cards kind of errs on the side of luxury, and it makes sense. He makes a product where people are able to physically contain value, nostalgia, and if you take a step back, these acrylic cases are just a small part of every Pokemon collector's ultimate vision. To have a Pokemon store in their house, but nothing's for sale. It seems you can go two ways with this. You can either have a Pokemon museum, or you become a mini Amazon shipping warehouse. Now, I would say the Pokemon museum in your house is the capitalist wet dream. Your childhood gets put into a box, and it gains value infinitely by never working. However, this wet dream is not everyone's reality in this entire Pokemon economy. You don't have to take many steps down the ladder to find yourself amongst vendors. Vendors are independent people who source and sell Pokemon cards individually or in their original packaging. They sell online or in person where the vibe isn't always so dark. From the outside, Pokemon meetups go how most dudes hang out. They're staring at their phone, checking the price of something, and periodically looking up to ask each other a question. But if you stare long enough, you start to count up all the money that each of these vendors seems to have invested in Pokemon. You can start to question how much of this stuff was purchased with money they already had. How much of it was purchased with debt? Are they sitting at these in-person meetups just to make a couple $100s, or are they walking away with a couple thousand? How much is this hustle worth? And will these cards have any value even a few years from now? Recent history says yes. Former NFT gurus say, fuck yeah, dude. However, I know one man who is skeptical. His name is Juan. This is a collision shop owned by Juan. He invited us inside where he presented us with some of his Pokemon stockpile.
So what you see here, this is mainly collection and some of like the business what's available for sale. But mainly everything that you see here is like all like retail after retail meant for flipping.
Do you actually go and camp out for it?
No, it's kind of like a hierarchy where like the people that camp, they're like the bottom feeders that are like roaming the streets. And then they contact us because they're in it for the quick flip. They buy something at retail instantly. They get instant gratification. Now something they spend 25 bucks on, to us is worth $50, $60, so they're tripling, doubling their money. And we basically survive off the 25 to like 20% hopeful turnaround after selling it.
What would they consider you?
They would consider us vendor. We need like 5 of those bottom feeders per se to call us in the same week so we could have stock for the show weekend. We're like pavilions or like, you know, brand name, market, and then all the little farms selling to their distro is like bottom feeder scalpers. Right. Technically we're all scalpers. Got it. But we're just less, our hands are cleaner.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I never did shoes, but I have buddies that went from shoes into Pokemon now, and they say like, oh, so-and-so's group is here because they're notorious for cutting lines, and they're going to check you like, hey, bro, what are you going to say? We have 15 of us.
Also, they form like little gangs.
Gangs, yeah, bro. It's like little bandit groups.
But none of them can fight.
Nah, they'll probably pull a gun out.
Oh. Now, I have to stop here and say, wow, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. But you know what would make it better? If I took a moment to thank 2 sponsors. You can always get these ad-free at teamstudios.tv/companylot. But now I will thank Shopify. Picture this. It's late at night and you're scrolling through your feeds when all of a sudden you see it. That one product that you've been looking for. You click on the link, add to cart, maybe even shop around a little bit more before finally hitting checkout. As you're filling in your address, you realize you don't have your card anywhere near you. That's when you see it. The purple pay button that has all of your information saved, making checkout as simple as a simple tap of your screen. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the United States. Get started with your own design studio. With hundreds of ready-to-use templates, Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand style. Best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. And you might be thinking, what if I get stuck? Well, Shopify is always around to share their advice with award-winning 24/7 customer support. And did I mention that iconic purple Shop Pay button that's used by millions of businesses around the world? It's why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet. It also helps boost conversions, meaning less carts going abandoned, more sales for you. See less carts going abandoned and more sales go with Shopify and their Shop Pay button. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/companylot. Go to shopify.com/companylot. That's shopify.com/companylot. I also want to thank Factor. For me, eating healthy isn't a willpower problem, it's a setup problem. That was until I found Factor. Factor solves any setup problems with fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs delivered right to your door. With Factor, I'm hitting my nutrition goals this season without the planning, grocery runs, or cooking. Ready in 2 minutes, no planning, no cooking. I personally love the creamy Parmesan chicken for a protein punch after a workout. Every meal is crafted with functional ingredients, lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole foods, and healthy fats. Factor bans over 175 ingredients. No high fructose corn syrup, no refined seed oils, just nutrient-dense food. Meals that fit your goals and schedule healthier eating, calorie management, more protein. My favorite is the creamy Parmesan chicken. Fresh, never frozen, over 100 rotating weekly meals, including globally inspired flavors like Mediterranean and Asian. So there's always something new to look forward to. Try the newly launched ready-to-eat salads with vibrant ingredients like elote corn and miso edamame, plus over 70 add-ons to round out your nutrition, from green juices to peanut butter energy bites. Factor shops, preps, cooks, and delivers straight to your door so you have more time for everything you love this spring. If I needed this product, it's what I'd use. Head to factormeals.com/lot50off. Use code LOT50off to get 50% off and free daily greens per box with new subscription only while supplies last until 9/27/2026. See website for more details. And now, let's get back to the video.
Recently, I think last month, they had posted that at an official Pokemon Center, someone got stabbed because someone got cut.
Is this like your main thing, or is it just what you do on the side?
That's a complicated question, bro. Like, it's come to a point where I had to move shops. This is the second shop we had to get. I was down to my last $300, but I was rich in Pokemon. So I started cycling, liquidating, moved the shop, bigger employees, bigger buying power.
How do you feel about people that kind of are really critical of scalping and that behavior online?
It's hypocritical. Like, we're scalpers too. Like, the definition of a scalper is like, I guess they're trying to make it seem like, oh, you're a lowlife because you're camping. Not gonna lie, I camped one time. I'll never do it again. I was dying, bro. And I'm big. I thought I was like sheathed for the cold. These people religiously do this. Like, they'll go out, camp. I have people sometimes, like 40-year-old men, tell me, oh, I had my daughter hang out at this Best Buy while I went to Target. I wouldn't be able to do that, bro.
Right. So you've seen parents involved.
Oh, yeah, dude, and they're happy about it. Like, they'll post on Instagram. And I see it all the time. Like, oh, yeah, we got 4 packs. Bro, it's like $16. They waited for 5 hours.
Right.
Bro, why are you showing that to your kid? This one specifically, I think I had it stickered at 120. So we paid 75% of that. That is, let's just say 20% divided by 12, 24. So like 155 is what we paid. 90, around 90. So if it goes close to 100, we're only gonna make 10. We might as well rip it, you know.
Like, this doesn't feel enjoyable.
Yeah, it's a grind. It's a grind. Like, some of the successful friends that we have that are YouTubers or Insta-famous people, they always say, like, they get interviewed and they're always like, oh, what's your biggest regret starting vending? And literally starting a vend. It's just like, you get taken in, health declines, bro. Like, I've seen buddies jump in and they're just like so bagged. I got bags too. And then just weight decline, because you get so obsessed in envelope inside, like, just the drive of like, oh, did this go up today? Did this go up? Oh, fuck, should I like let it go today? Or shit, it's down $20 today. Oh gosh, there goes my car note. Let me just sell it right now for 80%. Just get bailed out.
What would be the signal for you to just like dump all this stuff, just sell it?
Bro, I've been wanting to. Again, finding someone to buy it all is an issue. My buddy, actually my business partner, says, like, buy when they're fearful and sell when they're greedy. That's how you make the best capital plays. It's like, if you really want something, I'm gonna sell it to you, but I bought it when you didn't want it.
Yeah.
That's the number one rule that we live by.
On our way out, we met one of Juan's buddies who runs a private Discord for Pokemon's most hated characters, scalpers. These scalpers pay for information on physical Pokemon drops, so they have an advantage over the general public.
They don't get like their hands on a drop, like it's immediately my fault as if I'm the guy that's actually like printing the cards or something like that. So I get people that like DM me all the time and they're like, oh yeah, fuck you, I know where you live. They'll like look up my address and stuff like over like cards with like, you know, little puppies on it. Like, it's crazy. Oh yeah, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I'm like, I'm running a Discord server. When I look back, I'm like, what the fuck? This was not in the cards at all, but it is what it is.
Is there like a day in your mind where you're not doing, like, you've graduated from this, you can just move on?
That's crazy. That's funny you mention that because I think about that all the time, but it's very hard to walk away because it's like every day there's like some new thing that like keeps catapulting it to the top. So it's just like, feels like there's an inevitable bubble, just kind of like crypto shit, but for some reason it just like kind of keeps going, and Logan Paul comes up with some new scam to bring another 100 million people into it. So yeah.
Who's probably the craziest person in your Discord?
There's this guy that's like, he calls himself like Tito, and he's got like a picture of like it's like an ape, and he's like very like crypto type bro, but he pretty much says that he like slams people's skulls like every release, and he talks about how he like beats the shit out of people. I don't know how much of it is like real life. I haven't reported it to the police. I haven't had any like subpoenas or anything, so. Oh yeah, I mean, there's always people that talk about fucking families going in there, and like some guy was like tripping out saying like, this is for my kids, and he just fucking pretty much like took it from his hands and like posted it like, yeah, I just finessed a kid. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, do I ban someone for something like that? And I'm like, I don't want to like enable this type of shit, but
They pay monthly fee?
yeah, there's a monthly fee, yeah. So I'm like, there's like an incentive for me to keep people around, but when I think they're like too fucking unhinged, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I gotta get this guy out of here, yeah.
With Tyler's help, we were able to chase down this white rhino known as SRT Tito. We were really interested in speaking to the guy who smashes people's skulls for Pokemon cards. He was not an easy catch. It took about 5 days to finally get him on Zoom, and he was very clear that he wanted to protect his identity. I finally had a chance to speak with him this morning while I was editing this video. I'm just gonna play you about 2 minutes of the conversation, unedited.
Everyone in the Discord, like, they describe you a certain way. Like, they're like,
Oh yeah, I'm fucking savage, bro. I'm always fired up. I'm just, I'm trying to get the item, bro. Like, if I'm not activated, I feel like I'm not gonna get the item. But like, dude, that's the thing. Pokemon, I've been able to get with my hands. What would I fucking get a bot for? Like, I'm the bot, and like, if I need more bots, I just bring more people. Like, I pulled up like 3-4 deep, like, just bring some rascals. You find chairs in there that have no name. You throw them shit. You put your shit down and you sit there. If there is people there, I mean, it depends how many are there. Like, there is 50 outside. You're trying to fight a 50 piece. That's you crazy. But if there is 2 dudes and you tell dude, yo, move over, I'm first, you could be first. You know what I'm saying?
is that a car seat back there? Is that what I'm seeing or not?
Yeah, it's for the dog. We have a dog. Yeah, we have a little dog. First and foremost, right? Information costs. Fucking the internet, to browse that shit, it costs, right? Everything has a price. So like, if you're willing to pay a little fee, right? Like, the way I see it, like, the yearly, I think it's like $60, $70 for like a fucking year. That's like $6, $7, $8 a year, whatever, $10 a month, whatever, bro. If you're willing to pay that, you get to know when the shit is dropping. The plugged in just gives you like an edge.
What's like the craziest thing you think you've experienced that you are comfortable talking about?
Something crazy, bro. I found an exploit. I literally put all these fucking orders in fucking, well, it's like Uber Eats or whatever the fuck. Boom, 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 boom. All these orders, every driver got me 2 boxes, and they just kept coming to my door and dropping me 2 boxes of those like 14 packs of prismatic evolutions from the Sam's Club. Bro, I don't even know. I had like a stack. I had like 40 of them shits. Like, the market cap is too big, bro. It's just in like the trillions of dollars. It'll always be there. Maybe the hype comes and goes every couple of years, like it always does. But the people is always there, bro. The collectors are always there. The buyers are always there. And the sellers are always there. It's gonna be there, bro. Like 100 years probably from now, it'll still be there.
In his own words, Tito let me know that he doesn't fight for Pokemon cards anymore, which honestly made me kind of sad. Selfishly, I was hoping I'd meet a family skull smasher. I was hoping we'd get on the Zoom call and he'd have some crazy story like, yeah, I took a mother, a father, and their children and I swung their skulls together like a Newton's cradle. I even have a piece to show for it. Tito let me know he lives in the woods now, and if he lines up for Pokemon cards, there's hardly a line there. If there is a line, it's maybe 2 guys sleeping. There's not really much to fight over. But I'll say, I don't think Tito is the hardened criminal that his Discord friends think he is. In fact, he seemed pretty sensible. Now what you should know is I fell into this whole journey because I saw a video online of a guy getting tased in front of a Pokemon card vending machine. And shortly thereafter, I got a text from a buddy who sent me a picture of a Pokemon card worth several $1,000s that he happened to pull on a total whim. After speaking to these guys and doing a bit of research, to me, Pokemon is transcendent. It's not just a product, it's your nostalgia as a raw material. You can buy and sell it on the street like weed. If you want, Pokemon is a casino. You can try to gamble with it and come up fast. If you want, you and your friends could put your money together and start investing in Pokemon as an individual private group. Up until that point, you were just best friends. But the moment your money came together and you started buying booster boxes, congratulations. You guys are a hedge fund. Everyone's collective nostalgia for Pokemon was strong enough that everyone was conned into walking around obscure areas of their city to digitally capture Pokemon without ever thinking, wait a second, am I mapping nuanced aspects of the real world to be used later as training data or digital surveillance? Will a Coco delivery car gain awareness one day and eventually receive a gun and a firmware update that enables it to effectively police the neighborhood because I was bold enough to go into a dead-end alley to capture a Mewtwo? Pokemon is a religion. You can build a shrine in your house and try to recruit people into it, telling them the benefits that you gain from accepting Pokemon as the one true hobby. You can let your Christian friends know you get the same high from cracking open a Phantasmal Flames box that they get from a Sunday worship. And that comment will make your Christian friends sad, because the only Phantasmal Flames they're used to seeing are out of their pastor's motorcycle on stage. Pokemon is so valuable that it turned millennials into boomers. They are actively stealing a game away from children, and they're making sure that not a single valuable Pokemon card will be left for a child to ever purchase or enjoy. And if those children really wanted to play Pokemon, they would get up by their bootstraps and fucking get after it the way we did. See you guys next time. Thanks for tuning into the Company Live.